welcome back to the playground. Welcome if you're new here. It is me, Angey Lee. I'm getting ready today for my psychologist appointment, and in preparing for it, I like to spend some time outside in the time before. So in the couple of hours before my appointments, I generally go and sit on my balcony and have a cup of coffee or a cup of tea or something like that. And then I leave early and I bring a warm, comforting beverage with me. Same thing, cup of coffee, cup of tea, something like that. I bring my medication because it is my prescription and it helps me to prepare. I have my medication about an hour before my appointment time. And then, so while I was out here, before I really started getting into the meditation and peacefulness of being outside, I thought I'd do a little video. And this little video is going to be, as you can tell from the title, the non-scale victories that I've noticed recently. One of the things that I noticed is that my clothes are fitting a lot better. Clothes that were tight on me before are fitting better. Clothes that didn't fit me before are fitting me now. This is one of them. This is a jacket that I actually bought before it could fit me. Like I couldn't fit into this jacket when I bought it, but I hadn't owned a jean jacket in years and I had wanted one. And it was on a clearance sale for a really good price, and it was just a little bit too small for me. And so I thought, well, you know what, I've been losing weight regularly, so I'm gonna buy it. And I did, and I'm so glad that I did because it's my favorite jacket. I love it. I need to wear a belt now with my jeans, and I am very, very close to making that belt notch even another notch smaller. I haven't had to wear a belt in years and years and years. I've only been wearing this belt because like every time I tried walking my pants were falling down, and I've only been wearing this belt for a couple of months, and now already I'm having to almost tighten it one more notch. Like I can tighten it one more notch, but as the day gets on, I get a little bit bloated because of my conditions and it gets a little bit tight, so I tend to just leave it a bit loose. I'm used to wearing loose pants anyways, so that's just kind of how it is. But it's getting to the point where sometimes, like if I'm not bloated at all, and I go for a walk, I have to make it tighter because my pants are falling down. It's annoying. Another thing as well with that same type of, like along those same lines. My English is great. You'd never know it was my first language. Along those same lines, when I first started going to like the nice bra shops for my bras, sorry guys, I had to buy what's called a bra extender, and it's like a little, I'll put a picture in here, to make your bras fit around, like around your like around here, around this part. And not only do I not need them anymore, my bras are even like, they're not even on the end one, they're on the next one in. So another bonus. And as far as anything else goes, the bra itself, I'm still wearing the same size from the same place. So it's the same company. I buy my bras from Pennington's. Another non-scale victory is there was a time where I could no longer shop at Pennington's. Or no, I can no longer shop at Edition L, which is another plus size clothing store, but their plus size clothing was not plus size enough for me, and I had to go to Pennington's. And now I'm able to shop at Edition L again. I'm able to shop at like Old Navy and places like that. Like the places that I can shop are majorly opening up, so that's another huge one. Chairs, sitting. you don't realize until you get above the weight. Most chairs have a limit of 250 pounds. And you are way more likely to break chairs if you're above that. If you're above that 250 pounds. Yeah, my neighbor's outside playing. I'm over at a nearby park and I see my neighbors. Anyway, so you have to worry about breaking chairs, and like even like things like lawn chairs and stuff like that. The majority of lawn chairs, their weight limit is 180 pounds. So even still at my weight, I have to kind of be a little bit careful on the types of chairs that I'm sitting on. But for the most part, most chairs you're okay with, because most of them go up to their weight limit is 250, unless you get specialty chairs, and then that's where your weight limit is higher. Like the weight limit on the chairs is higher. So that's another thing that I don't have to worry about anymore, is I can sit on chairs and not have to worry about potentially breaking them, just because of the fact that I'm above their weight limit. Like that's not a good thing that's not a good place to be in. Walking is a huge one. I can walk a lot more, a lot further, and I'm in a lot less pain, and I can breathe a lot better while I'm walking, believe it or not. And I can dance again. Like when I first went to the chronic pain clinic, they said, well, what is your goal? Like, what do you hope to do? And this was a little while after my accident, and I wasn't, and even before my accident, I wasn't able to dance around anymore, like just dance around the house, because I was in so much pain. Like my legs hurt so bad, my hips hurt, my back hurt, like everything just hurt. And it's just such a good feeling to be able to dance around. And it was just one day I realized, hey, I'm dancing again, and it was such a great feeling. I can see my toes. It seems trivial, but I can look down and see my toes without bending over. And I can, like, I've always been able to tie up my shoes, but I can do things like that without being like, struggling to do it. Things like getting up off the ground. I'm sitting on the ground right now. I can easily get up off the ground again. That was something that at my heaviest weight was very difficult to do, and I actually had to be taught how to do it properly by an exercise therapist. So I had to be taught how to properly get off the ground, because I couldn't get off the ground. I get a lot less stares from strangers. I'm a much more normal size, and I get a lot less stares, and I'm a lot more confident in myself. So I know part of that is just from therapy and from working on myself, but I also know that part of that is from the weight loss. Like I in the fact that I can move more and do more, be more independent. I've always been a very independent kind of girl. So the more that I can be independent and do my own thing, the better. I live on the 3rd floor of an apartment, and I still carry my walker up and down the stairs by myself. Like at first my son had to help me when I first had my accident, but now I can do it myself, and I've been doing it for a long time. So those are some things that, really make me happy. Oh, another one is I can sit with my legs crossed, like crisscross applesauce. And I can also sit with my legs like crossed, when you sit on a chair and you cross your legs. For a long time I wasn't able to do that, and it's only been the last, I say, month or so that I've actually been able to cross my legs sitting. And I just realized one day that I was like, holy shit, my legs are crossed while I'm sitting. And again, like these are just amazing feelings that are all non-scale victories. And like the scale hasn't moved a lot in the last few months, but the weight is still going down. In the sense of I'm still getting smaller, I'm still getting better, I'm still getting stronger, and that's hugely important. So yeah, those are some things I wanted to talk about. If you guys all have some like non-scale victories, put them down below. There are very few cons to the weight loss. One of them is the sagging skin, because that brings on its own issues. And another one is, shrinking out of your clothes and not having anything to wear anymore that looks right because you're too small for your clothes. Those are those are the only cons that I can think of to the weight loss, which is, really nothing. I have the opportunity to go back out to the campsite for a few days. So as of Wednesday, I will be kind of sporadic online for a few days and just go and unplug and enjoy the campsite while it's available to me. So I just got out of my appointment and it went amazingly well. First thing, I walk through the door and it's kind of a small office. It's kind of a tight squeeze to get my walker through. And I get my walker through and I put it aside. I'm like, I don't really need this anymore, except when I'm walking, it kind of prevents me from falling. And he laughs. And so he sits down. He's one of the first things he says to me after laughing was, you look really, really good. From the last time that I saw you, you look really good. And I haven't seen him since March, since everything started, because they were closed for a while and they've only been accepting appointments for the last month or so again. So I wasn't able to get in right away. So I got in today and it went really well. We watched my video responding to the hater comments and he laughed his ass off through the whole thing. And he gave me some great advice to remember. As long as you're in control of what you're putting out there, you're not crazy. So, coming from the Psychologist. And yeah, so he doesn't believe that I'm in urgent need for my meds being treated or that I'm in urgent need for psychological evaluation. So it went really well in that aspect. As I was leaving, I saw I was talking to John, who is my psychologist, and this lady turns around, and I knew who she was right away because she's very, very recognizable. She's a very beautiful woman. And she kind of glances at me, and then she had been talking with the ladies about a plant, so I went over and I started talking with them, and I said, "Hi, Vida, I'm not sure if you remember me. It's been quite a long time." And she's like, "No, I don't remember your name, but I remember your face and I remember your voice very well." My face, under a mask, she knew my face. And she also said that I was looking really well. And she's my, what do you call that? Grief counselor. She was my grief counselor, and I haven't had to see her in a long time. So she also does some other programs through the health center that I deal with. So yeah, it went really well. And John asked if I was going to go, if I celebrated last night, being my 7 years sobriety. And I said I didn't really even realize until it was like 11 o'clock. So no, I didn't. So I think now it's, even though it looks really late, it's actually just after 8 o'clock. I'm going to go pick up my kiddo, and I'm going to go take him to the corner store, and we're going to get a swirl, which is like slushy and ice cream mixed together. I haven't had one of those in a really long time. So we're going to go get ourselves one of those as celebration and treat for my sobriety. And yeah. I'm going to be camping as of Wednesday, so I'm going to be checked out for a little while. I've got limited service out there. It's kind of very sketchy. If I walk over to the store, I can get Wi-Fi, but again, it depends on the weather. But in the meantime, take care, have fun. We'll see you in the next one. Bye. Love ya.